Clover Health has had a few down days, but here's where I think it could be heading very, very soon. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our Patreon link if you guys want to get access to our private Discord. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with Clover Health Investments. As you can see here, just a quick update on where the price is at and what we saw in today's intraday trading session, of course, on June 30th. We're looking at about $13.32 here as far as the price goes, and we're down just about 0.30%. So again, not the worst trading day ever, but again, not great either. We just saw overall a large downward trend. We'll get into more of the price action, of course, in the later part of this video. But for now, I wanted to talk about this Motley Fool article. And again, I know a lot of people have a lot of differing opinions about the Motley Fool, whether or not they trust it, whether or not they like it. It goes to shit. There's a lot of opinions, of course, about the different publications that post news about different types of investments, assets, or stocks. And this article I think was kind of interesting. So let's take a read, let's take a look here. And I think it gives some interesting insight into Clover Health. And as well, I'm gonna give my own opinion about this as well. So this hot Reddit stock just gave investors a ominous warning. Ooh, what does that mean? What does that mean? This year is shaping up to be a miserable one for Clover Health. Note the use past tense in that statement though, thanks in large part to Reddit users piling on. Clover shares have soared in recent weeks. Don't think that the waters are safe to jump aboard the bandwagon for Clover just yet. However, here is why this hot Reddit stock just gave investors an ominous warning. Brutal honesty. All publicly traded companies want investors to buy their shares. Buying tends to generate more buying, which pushes the stock price higher. It's rare that any company warns investors not to buy its stock, but that's exactly what Clover Health did recently. Of course, if you guys are familiar with Clover Health, Chamath himself actually came out in a statement basically stating that if you invest in Clover at this time, you could be at risk in losing a large portion of your investment because of the short squeeze that, or well, he called it a short squeeze. Again, I don't think this stock really has short squeezed yet, but Chamath, of course, is basically saying that the stock is kind of in the middle of one, or perhaps about to have one. He said that you could lose a significant portion of your investment if you do buy shares of this company, which is fascinating, of course. The fact that the CEO or the founder, I guess you could say, has come out and basically said, do not invest in my own company, which is, and I guess this article does have a point in pointing that out, that there might be something going on there, but let's keep reading. Clover Health filed such a prospectus earlier this year outlining its intent to issue additional Class B shares. These shares don't have the same level of voting rights as Class A shares. Last week, the company submitted an amendment to the SEC for its prospectus, and that amendment contained a brutally honest message for potential investors. So basically, that's kind of what it detailed there. No fear, question mark. Clover Health explained clearly what could happen with both its Class A and Class B shares. The company stated that if another short squeeze happens, once short sellers cover their positions, or if investors otherwise think the short squeeze has run its course, its stock price could fall quickly. You might think that such an ominous warning would scare off many investors. Nope. Instead, it produced an opposite effect. Last week, shares of Clover Health soared by a double-digit percentage immediately after the company's amended prospectus with a serious warning was submitted to the SEC. This reaction might seem counterintuitive. After all, Clover Health informed investors in no uncertain terms about the risk they face for buying the stock. So why did the shares of the company surge instead of sink? I think that there are different reasons for different investors. Some truly believe in Clover Health and are willing to hold on. Yada, yada, yada. Talks the rest about just some people want to make profit. Obviously, it's the stock market, business versus stock, talking a little bit about the fundamentals. But overall, this feels a little fear-mongery, this whole article. This feels like they're kind of trying to push a narrative about Clover Health, saying that, well, the board came out and said that you could lose a lot of your investment, and if the short squeeze does happen, so does that mean that this stock isn't that great of a stock to begin with? Does that mean that people shouldn't be investing in the stock? How would you just leave it alone? You know, I see so many of these articles and so many of these large news publications posting these articles day after day about all of these different stocks, and they're great to cover on these videos because, hey, it gives me something to talk about and it gives me something to disagree with, of course, respectfully in my own way. But it just makes no sense to me to kind of drive this anxiety and fear, when most of this stuff, these people, again,
people invested in these stocks are not invested in it because they believe in this company as far as some of the fundamentals go. Granted, there are plenty of long-term investors who were in this company before the short squeeze was even a reality, before it was even an idea in anybody's mind. People were investing in this company for the long term, and I will grant that absolutely 100%. But I would say the variety and the mass majority of traders who are currently in this stock are trying to make a profit right now, and that's probably short term. That's probably within a couple of weeks, months, maybe the year. I doubt most people want to hold this stock for the year. They're waiting for the short squeeze to happen. They're thinking or hoping or waiting that this could be the next big AMC stock. And of course, time will only tell, right? That is a matter of patience. And unfortunately, there's not a lot to really work with when it comes to waiting, right? A lot of this is waiting. But I think that this article does kind of push forward this kind of negative aspect around it. I think that obviously that it is something to pay attention to, the fact that the board came out and said that you could lose a significant portion of your investment if the short squeeze does happen. But this is obvious, right? This happened with GameStop, this happened with AMC, this happened with a variety of other companies that have short squeezes and then immediately fall back in price because a lot of people either take profits or people aren't buying at that high of prices, so the demand in the market corrects itself. That's what happens, This is something that's incredibly obvious. So I think, this is kind of just a clickbaity kind of article. But the reason why I said I think it brings some interesting perspective to overall Clover Health and everything going on with it is because this kind of shows what I think a lot of people are looking at as far as meme stocks go. The general consensus on meme stocks right now is definitely not a positive one. A lot of people do not like these stocks, and a lot of people, for the most part, seem like they want them to fail. Again, allegedly, that's not 100% confirmed, nor am I saying that is 100% true. This is all speculative, of course, so keep that in mind. Let's hop into real quick here, the price action on Clover Health. Let's zoom out just a little bit here. Here we are on the 1 minute, 1 day chart. And this is the overall trading session today. Lots of volatility on the market open. Started to calm down and just kind of slowly grind down here a little bit. Tried to recover here with a V and then just grinded down all the way down to about $13.20. Rallied a tiny bit into the close, and then now we're just kind of flat, stagnant in after hours. Let's pull back to the 20-day. Here was the original run up that we saw with this huge squeeze in the first place, about $28.85. A lot of people think that Clover Health is not going that high unless we get another substantial catalyst to push it that high, and I would happen to agree. I think that Clover Health is still a play that I am willing to put money in as a lottery bet, as something that, hopefully if it works out, it works out, but we will have to see. But again, not a lot of volume right now on CLOV. As you can see here, it's been stagnant for almost about a month and a half now, just kind of spanning these couple of trading days, all of these trading days that we've seen. Not a lot of movement or crazy price action that a lot of people, of course, are expecting with this stock. But again, this is something that I talked about just a minute ago, basically saying patience, right? With all of these things, if you have money in this type of stock, I think a lot of it is patience. And I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, and we don't make investment decisions based off our video, but this is my own personal trading method or strategy. That this is how I would trade the stock. That doesn't mean you should. This is how I would. I would hold. I'm buying shares when they're cheap right now at these low levels, and I'm holding. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for some kind of event or catalyst to maybe push the stock price higher or renewed interest as far as retail goes. But unfortunately, those are the main catalysts to look at and to be aware of with this stock, because that's really what's going to push the price, in my opinion. Again, nothing's true, nothing's 100% going to happen. This is all speculative, so always keep that in mind, guys. Again, I don't think Clover Health is really dead in the water yet. I think that if this does continue for about another month or so, and we're starting to see lower search volume, which we haven't actually, a lot of search volume still going on for Clover Health, so that is a good thing. But if it does decrease over the next couple of months, I would get a little bit concerned, because we saw that happen with GameStop. We're seeing that happen with AMC. We haven't seen it happen with CLOV yet, but if it does happen, that is something that I'm really going to be paying attention to. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for Clover Health.
Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our Patreon link if you guys want to get access to our private Discord. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.